Alright, this is an album cover coming at you with the second game in a best of three between Denwo, the red Terran, and FoxxBird, the purple Protoss. The second game in a best of three, FoxxBird did take the first game with his patented all-stalker build order. And basically he went for 2-gate, then cyber core, and then used a forward pylon to just reinforce his army of pretty much entirely stalkers, and was able to force his way into Denwo's base. So Denwo, in regards to that, went all Marines, a couple barracks with reactors, and just couldn't actually defend himself quite enough for the initial push against those stalkers, and as a result just eventually did lose the game. So it'll be interesting to see what Denwo does, if he's going to go Marauders or maybe some tanks this game. I feel like he needs to change his playstyle up a little bit in order to keep FoxxBird on his toes, because FoxxBird has said, this is what I'm doing several times, and it's been working. So Denwo really needs to find a way around that sort of build. But to give FoxxBird credit, he's been very aggressive and very pretty much on top of his macro and micro as well. So definitely going to be a hard game for Denwo, but not outside of his caliber. So this final wall does go ahead and go up right when FoxxBird's probe does get to his base. So this barrack's going to come by, and Denwo's SCV is actually being attacked right now by the probe on the outside, and so that's something that is always annoying that the Protoss player can do. So this barrack's getting completed, and going to need to create a Marine just to chase away that probe, and no, actually going to build a tech lab before, so possibly going for Marauders or Hellions. I'm sorry, or Reapers. Although I would guess Marauders. So, which is definitely something that he needs to be doing against FoxxBird, who as of right now looks like he's definitely going against something that is similar to his previous builds. One gas, gate, cyber core, then a second gas. So looks like definitely something. Yeah, he is going to go ahead and get a Marauder, although the supply depot pretty dangerously low with an SCV just coming to come and repair it. And Denwo, his Marauder just come out and chase that away to death. So Denwo going to go ahead and get his command center. Let me turn on the production tab. And again, we see FoxxBird going for his stalkers again. Going to be another pylon, and then I imagine we see another gateway or two, as Warp Gate is starting to be researched. So going to be yep, there goes another gate. So basically, Denwo, it'll be his job to react to what he's seen in several games and pull this one out. He already has 2 Marauders. If he could go ahead and get concussive shells, that would definitely be a huge advantage. And then if he can hold off this initial push of Stalkers and Zealots, it would be great to see some sort of engineering bay and some upgrades for his infantry units. He's already got 3 Marauders, so I think that when this push does come, it's not going to really be a problem whatsoever. Warp Gate research being chrono boosted. What I'd really like to see is something sneaky from Denwo. He's basically been contained in his base in the games before against FoxxBird. So if he could try something sneaky, like an expansion over here, or just something that's not really orthodox, or maybe even just expanding here really soon, then I feel like Denwo would be an advantage, just because FoxxBird hasn't seen that, hasn't had to play against anything like that so far. So okay, actually going for some sentries as well as stalkers and a few zealots. So a little bit more conventional army. Other the probe going out there with them to probably put a pylon around this area. This SCV is going to go out, and nope, just scout. So Well, these Marauders are definitely going to be, he's going strictly, okay, I'm sorry, he is getting some Marines now, but at first he was going strictly Marauders, which is definitely going to be good. He needs to position these Marauders right about here, not way back here. and he'll be able to hold this off quite well. Maybe even snipe a stalker or two, and he does, and definitely pushes FoxxBird back very well and repels him. So now would be a perfect time for Denwo to expand, and this forward proxy pylon for FoxxBird going up here next to the gold expansion. So this, I'm not sure what this SCV is doing. It's really not doing a whole lot. It needs to be doing something more. Like I said, like an expansion. If he could get an early expansion, and he said he just encountered a glitch, so that'll be interesting to find out about later. But if he could get an economic lead and he could keep it and hold off, he would be great, and actually be in a very good situation against one type of army that we've seen FoxxBird use before. But of course, that's not the army we're seeing now. He's got a mix of zealots, sentries, and stalkers. Also getting a robotics facility, 2 robotics facilities, so we might see Immortals or Colossi. Yes, it looks like we are going to see Colossi. So very interesting switch from the play that we've seen FoxxBird used before. So Denwo is moving out with his army. He needs to be expanding right now. He doesn't quite have enough minerals yet, but when he does expand, when he does have the minerals, he needs to go ahead and expand, because with this push he can really kind of hold FoxxBird back a little bit. And that scan sees some of these units, but really not a lot. It does see both these robotics facilities, and he's got to think what that means. He didn't actually see this robotics bay, so he doesn't really know that Colossus are indeed on the way, but he's got to think something's up and maybe invest another scan in the possibility of that happening. This observer is going to come over here and see exactly what Denwo's up to. Now Denwo has been very successful in his games against Kodiak with getting off some good EMPs. So if he could again get some ghosts out with EMPs, he will. He's proven that he's very effective with that, and so that's, I think, exactly what he needs to do right now. He's getting stim pack, and looks like he's not getting any other upgrades. As our early tech getting higher, just getting another barracks. So needs to do something. I thought maybe he could see that. If he got his units close, but he didn't quite get close enough. Look at the income right now, although FoxxBird has really just been very good, just keeping almost a constant production of probes. He's really at the point right now where he needs to expand. He's got too many probes for this main base. So he's been doing a lot better in macro, and I think that's why he's been able to play the styles he's played in the past. Now we are going to see some loading up in this in these drop ships. Maybe dropping back here, taking a couple pylons off, or coming back here in the probe line. Although these units are moving around here, I don't think they're on patrol. They're being manually controlled, but FoxxBird does have this observer that flew right past. Okay, he's going back, and he does see those drop ships, so he's going to know that something is about to happen, so he can position his troops as he needs to. And this Colossi is coming out, and of course can't attack air, so can't really do anything against those drop ships. But right now, so Denwo does see that there are Colossus on the field, at least the possibility that there are, and so does, I think, very wisely bring back his units, and he possibly needs to get Starport. He does have some Vikings, so that can be very, very effective against these Colossi, and especially the way that FoxxBird has his army set up. He has his stalkers not with his Colossi. And if you don't keep your stalkers with your Colossi, then basically with the Vikings have such a huge range, they can try to snipe off this Colossi, and really the Immortals, and with the occasion of maybe a sentry, the Immortals and the Zealots can't really do much to protect the Colossi. So that's something that if Denwo had taken advantage of, he'd be in a pretty good situation. However, both armies kind of take a few punches at each other and back away. Now FoxxBird is going to go ahead and expanding. I feel like he could have done that a little bit earlier, and of course Denwo certainly needs to expand. He doesn't necessarily look like he's getting real low, but he is and will be if he keeps being contained in his base. Right now, these colossi they're both just melting away at this bio army, and then these immortals are really taking a lot of the damage. And Denwo could be in a lot of trouble right now with these immortals coming up. They do so much damage to these buildings, as with these colossi. He's got 3 colossi now, and he is really wreaking a lot of havoc on Denwo's base. I'm not sure exactly what Denwo can do right now. If he takes out these barracks, he will not have any unit-producing structures. He's going to already preemptively fly his orbital command away, and he's got these Vikings, but he needs to keep them out of range of these Stalkers, and then fly them straight over to the Colossi. If he could get his Vikings over the Colossi, which he did not do, he landed his Vikings, which was not the correct move at all. If he could get them, and he GG's and leaves the game. So FoxxBird showing us a little